Coming to Dr. Jitendra Kishtwaria. Ma'am, as we have seen in technology too, we talked of an variety of wheat that is a black wheat variety. My question regarding is that indigenous varieties, wheat or rice, there are many indigenous germplasm that are on the verge of extinction, or many have been lost. Don't you Do you not see the need to promote that our indigenous germplasm first, rather than crossbreeding the foreign varieties and coming up with a new one?
Uh, First of all, thank you, all the organizers, and for inviting me to this very important meeting. For your question, yes, of course, we need to preserve our indigenous germplasm, no doubt about that. But whatever work has been done, which I have heard from Dr. Monica and NABI, we have to move further also. That doesn't mean that if we are propagating a new wheat variety, which is more prone to provide good health, and we know that our country is now highly diabetic and going, there is a malnutrition need of such kind of things. So it is important to move forward and also preserve our germplasm, because it has to, the germplasm is also done, the crossbreeding is done in through that only. That is how it is, we can grow this wheat in our climatic zones. So I think both the things should continue.
So as we know, the local varieties are more resistant, they have more resistivity, they have many health benefits that a foreign variety of wheat cannot provide. They are suitable to the local environment and more adaptable to the local environment. In this backdrop, or in this background, do you see that there is a need to promote the indigenous varieties over the foreign ones?
Mr. Abhishek, yeah, Abhinav sir. In this regard, I would like to say my pertinent idea towards this is that we need to know if this black variety, black wheat, has come. How do we know that is it relevantly, or is it can we grow it in different climatic zones? Like, can we grow it in hilly areas? If not, then there comes a need that we have to do the reassessment and refinement of this technology, whether if we want to propagate this technology or this kind of wheat variety, is it can we grow it suitably in different agroclimatic zones? There comes the role of other organizations like agriculture universities, ECRIPS, or CSIR institutions, so that they can grow it into different kind of climate, different types of soil conditions, and in different propagation ways, and also the acceptability in the end by the people, and exactly the taste part. The taste, I was hearing that there is still some requirement to improve the taste. The acceptability trials will continue. So for this, the support and role of different organizations to make it relevant and suitable in different agroclimatic zones is very, very important, and this should be this is very important role of other organizations, so that they can take it up further and in different states and different areas, so whether it is suitable, and what are the losses in different soil conditions, and what are the improvements in different soil conditions, and research has to be a continuous process in this. Abhinav.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as we know, India has a great variation in terms of climate and in terms of the land.
Yes, yes, yes.
Land. So these things must be done, and it would take a time. It would
It
may
will
take
take a
decades
time,
of
yes. Hmm. But
decades.
see, we have to move forward also for seeing our health conditions if it is
Yes.
relevant. I also had questions from Dr. Monica. What is the level of carbohydrates per 100 grams? This kind of data has to be generated. Then, what is the brand of their seeds and how the seeds are made available? This should also be given advertisement. everybody cannot go to NABI, and how it can be done, and what is the brand name which is being sold from their this thing, and how can the taste be improved in this regard. So because we cannot lose our indigenous germ plasma, of course not, and it is not going to be spread to be widespread growing, because it takes time for people to adjust to new tastes, and people in the beginning are skeptical also. And secondly, I would also add here, like these this kind of crop they are giving to a very good venture by the social welfare department of Mohali, that they have allowed. It is very difficult to get permission for the Anganwadi children to give another different kind of feed, so they are giving. Here I would also like to add, and pertinently, that the data which you were also mentioning of height versus weight from children from going to yellow zone to green zone, you see, uh, some basic health parameters, all these Anganwadis know about that, but we lack the kind of simple protocols and the capacity building of the implementers for any kind of project. Say we take the example of health workers, who are health workers or the Anganwadi workers. They need to, before they start giving the food or this kind of atta, what is their weight, height, or different parameters, and after consistently providing this kind additional this kind other ingredients they are already taking, but additional provision of this kind of wheat, what are the changes in the health parameters? This has to be assessed to actually uh, give it a larger perspective, as well as to have a sound data for a larger population. And I would also like to add here that the statistics should also be taken care of that particular population. And moreover, it is not only statistics, the region specific databases should also be taken care of to popularize this kind of new things, and this kind of any side effects, if they are found by consuming a new kind of variety, that should also be told to the public.